Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about validating your business idea. And this video is going to be based on this wonderful book by Eric Ries about the Lean Startup. I believe this is one of the best books that I've ever read. I think I lost the cover here, that's why I cannot see it. But this book is wonderful. It helps you when you have an idea, when you want to create something, how you can actually validate that idea is going to work. That is what I'm going to explain in this video. And I think that validating your idea is the first step that you gotta do when you're launching a business. You don't want to waste a lot of time for an idea that probably is not going to work, or people are not interested at all in using that product or that service that you want to provide. So I think this is one of the first things that you gotta dig into to find out if it's really going to work. You don't want to spend all that money, all that time in something that is really not going to work. And the good thing about the book is that it provides you with the process that actually can help you out do that. Like it's not actually out of luck or let me try it out and see what sticks. No, there's actually a process that you can try it out and see if it works. So the principle of the book is based on this process called build, measure, and learn. In this process, it's actually like a loop. The idea is that you're going to build something, you have an idea and you're gonna build it. And then you're gonna launch it, or you're gonna try to get feedback from that information and from what you have launched. And then you're gonna learn from that feedback, and you're gonna learn what is it that your customer wants. And then you're gonna build again, and you're gonna try again and learn again. The idea is that you're gonna go through this loop over and over until you figure out if that product actually works, or maybe it's another thing that your customer wants. We're gonna go step by step and explain what each stage encompasses so you can use it in your own business. So the first step in the process is to actually create an hypothesis of what you're going to launch. There are two hypotheses that you want to create. One is the value hypothesis and the other one is the growth hypothesis. The value hypothesis means, am I going to provide something of value to my customers? Do my customers really value what I'm providing? Do they really need what I'm giving to them? Are they actually looking for that product that I'm selling? The other one, the growth hypothesis, is how am I going to grow this business after I know that my customers really need this? So those are the two hypotheses that you need to ask when you are launching an idea. Let's do a quick example here. And let's pretend that we're going to launch a new service that we are going to provide a basket of products delivered to our customers to their house. So this basket of products will be maybe ingredients so they can cook something. Think about vegetables. So my idea is that we're going to send to people in their houses a basket of vegetables, let's say every week, so they can make meals out of these vegetables. So they're gonna be green, organic, and it's gonna be different because it's about vegetables, so they can do healthy meals. So that's gonna be my idea. Then for that specific idea, my value hypothesis is that people wanna be healthy and they wanna be able to cook meals that are healthy. So they're gonna be able to do that without having to go to the supermarket or the grocery store. We're gonna deliver a basket of vegetables and we're gonna include a recipe in there on how to do dishes with those vegetables. So that's what I think my customers is gonna value. It's different from the other ones. So that will be my value hypothesis. People wanna eat healthy food and they don't wanna spend a lot of time going to the supermarket to get that. Then my growth hypothesis is gonna be on-site able to get customers, and we're gonna maybe put ads on Facebook, or we're gonna put ads in Google when people are looking for recipes, and we're gonna promote our product there so they can then sign up and get some of our baskets to try it out. So that's an example of how you can create your hypothesis for your product. Now the next step is to create an MVP. Here comes the first stage in that process of build. We're gonna build our business, but we're gonna build it in a different way, and we're gonna build it using an MVP. An MVP means minimum viable product. It means, how can I create this product that I wanna build and I wanna sell, but in a way that is very minimal effort from my side? Because remember, I wanna validate this idea. I don't wanna really get into it full-fledged because I really don't know if it's going to work. So how can I get and build this business and this product, but just with minimal effort on my side, so I can try and validate if it's really going to work are people willing to pay for this product? And this term, minimum viable product or MVP, came out very related to the coding, the software industry, because software can be very convoluted and it can take a lot of time building software. And the MVP came from the idea that we can build a very small thing, one specific function of the product, and then we can start selling it to customers and see if they like it. But I think that MVP also applies to any other product, even if it's not software. I believe there are ways to test things without actually having to build a full product. Let's say, for example, in my business for selling vegetables to customers, there are ways that I can do that without having to get into buying vegetables and creating a warehouse to store all of these vegetables. Or maybe I need to get a big fridge to store my vegetables so I can start shipping them. And one of the ideas also of the MVP is that maybe you can do the actual work in a manual way. In a manual way means not automatic, not something automated like via the internet or something that is automatic. Maybe you can do it yourself in a manual way. So let's say in our example, instead of me going and getting all of these vegetables and having this huge warehouse and having this huge fridge where I'm gonna store all my vegetables, so I'm gonna start shipping, maybe what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to actually go to the grocery store and get the vegetables and create a basket and just deliver it to the customer. So think about this. I'm not actually getting this, going to farms, creating this big business, this big warehouse to store my vegetables. No. I'm gonna actually go to the grocery store. I'm gonna buy the vegetables that I need, and I'm gonna put it in a basket and take it to the customer myself when they order that product. And yes, at this point I may be going into a loss here because I'm gonna buy these vegetables may be very expensive at the grocery store, but I don't care, because at this point I know that I'm gonna lose money, but I just want to test if this idea is really going to work. Are people willing to pay for a basket of vegetables? There are also a number of ways for you to test your idea, even if you cannot create something manual. Like, for example, you can create a video. Sometimes you can show the customer, a potential customer, a video of what is it that you're gonna do, and you can test maybe if they are interested in that. Like, maybe you can put a video on a web page showing something, and then you can track how many people, maybe they can put their email to be notified when that product launch, and then you can track how many people signs up, and that's a way maybe to validate your idea. Like, there is a number of ways that you can use to do that. Now the next step is that I'm going to sell my product. I'm gonna try to find those first customers and see if they like my basket of vegetables. At this point I need to measure. This is the next stage. I'm going to measure if people really want to buy my product. So how am I going to do that? First, my rule of thumb, something that I use myself and in my businesses that I've done in the past, is that I'm going to put myself a goal. And this goal is gonna be, I'm gonna try to find 10 customers. I'm gonna try to find 10 people that are willing to pay for my product. If I'm able to find 10 people to pay for it, then it means that I have something in my hands, that maybe there are other 10 people out there that really want my product. But keep in mind, these 10 people cannot be friends, cannot be family, cannot be anyone related to you. It has to be 10 people that you completely have no relationship with. They are unknown to you. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to be creative in this side. So maybe I need to put some Facebook ads, or maybe I need to put some Google ads in there. But the idea is that I need to find those 10 customers no matter what. So let's go back to our example, our basket of vegetables. What I can do to validate my idea is that I can put some Facebook ads about this basket of vegetables. What do they offer and what are the recipes? Maybe do a quick website with the benefits and all that. And I can put some Facebook ads very targeted to the area where I live, or maybe within the city that I live, because I'm going to be delivering these goods manually myself in my car, so they need to be really close by to me. And I need to go to the grocery store to get the actual vegetables and deliver that, so they need to be really close to me. So I'm gonna put some Facebook ads very targeted to where I live with my product in there and see what happens. This is how I'm gonna test my product. And remember, I'm gonna try to get 10 people to actually maybe pay for the product and see how that goes. During that process, I wanna make also customer interviews. So I want to get feedback from the customer. If I actually get one or two, I want to talk to them. I want to see why they wanted to buy, if there really was a value in what I'm providing. So these are called the customer interviews, and I'm trying to get just feedback from them and see if this is something valuable, if it makes sense to them. I want to make sure that I'm actually solving a problem. So when I deliver this basket, I want to maybe go back to them maybe 5 days, 6 days later and see if it was actually useful, if they liked it. So now the next step is to measure my results. So did I actually get 10 customers? Are they actually happy with what I provided? This is when I'm gonna start getting feedback from my sales. Let's go back to my example of the basket of vegetables. I wanna go back to maybe to those customers that I actually got, and I wanna find out if they actually used my basket of vegetables. Okay. I wanna ask them. And what I'm looking for in this stage is, are they willing to keep buying from me, for example? Am I able to keep selling this? Am I able to grow this idea? So let's say, for example, that from my feedback of one basket of vegetables, I got some positive and some negative feedback. For example, positive was that they liked that they got fresh vegetables delivered to the door. They really like that. Negative is that they found that the recipes were not that tasteful because it's only vegetable. Even though it is very healthy, I didn't have any proteins in there, any meat, chicken or something like that. And so they found that in meals only with vegetables, it was not very tasty for them. So what actually ended up happening is that they didn't reorder from me. They didn't like what I was delivering either. Like I had zucchini and I have peppers there, and they really didn't like those type of vegetables. They prefer more tomatoes, more cucumbers, and more maybe other types. So that didn't work out. So that's the kind of feedback that I'm trying to look for. What they didn't like and how I can get things better for them. So I want to measure that. Maybe there are a number of ways to measure that. There are surveys like NPS surveys that I can do for my customers to see if they are satisfied. Direct questions about what I provided to them. And do they keep coming back to my website and reordering? That's also another thing that I can measure. Make a decision out of that. So now we are gonna go to the last step. Iterate and pivot. Given the results that I've gotten, given the results that I get, does it make sense for me to continue with this idea? Does it make sense to continue with the way that I have shaped this idea, how it is today? Do I need to make changes? Did I actually get those 10 customers? I didn't get those 10 customers, this is not going to work. Nobody likes what I'm selling, this is not going to work in the long term, and maybe I'm not growing. Or maybe let's say I get a customer, but I get a customer every week only. And if I get a customer every week, it means that I'm not able to grow this business. I want to be able to get one customer today, this week, and maybe 2 next week, and maybe 3 next week, because that's how I'm going to escalate this business. I'm going to grow. Remember, I'm trying to prove that hypothesis of value and growth. Am I able to prove those things with the results that I've gotten? So let's say for my basket of vegetable business, because I got the feedback that only vegetables is not good, the recipes were not good, then maybe what I can do is try to pivot, and instead of doing a basket of vegetables, I'm gonna do vegetables plus some protein. And let's say maybe I'm gonna include maybe some fish, salmon or tilapia, or maybe I can include some organic chicken in there, and then change a little bit my recipe so they are a little more tasteful. I'm gonna pivot my business of being only a basket of vegetables to now it's gonna be a basket of vegetable plus some protein, but those protein is gonna be healthy like fish and organic chicken maybe. And then I'm gonna test now if this different business makes sense to my customers. Still, I can validate this with a minimum viable product, with an MVP, because I can still go to the grocery store, buy what I need myself, and deliver it to the customer. I still don't have to do this big investment in the business. I can still do this myself manually and see how it goes. So now you see that I am iterating in my idea, and then I'm gonna go through the whole process again. I'm gonna build, I'm gonna measure, and I'm gonna learn, does this work? No, it didn't work, then I'm gonna iterate again until I find what I'm looking for. Sometimes you might end up with a very different idea from what you started with, because from your feedback from the customers, they are telling you exactly what they want. Okay. So in this case, and this is good because you are gonna end up with something that your customers really want and that you can grow from it. And then you're gonna don't do this big investment on something that is not going to work. So thanks for staying until the end. Hope you like it, and now you can validate your ideas. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this, and leave a comment. Thank you.